Hello Miners, welcome back. We are playing with some shiny things today. We are doing Coveted Jewel Storm in Legacy. This is very similar to the Mystic Forge Storm combo deck that has been around, but instead of using stuff like Karn and Glaring Fleshraker, the plan of this deck is to get a Coveted Jewel onto the battlefield, copy it with all of your copying effects, get a Paradox Engine onto the battlefield so you start untapping stuff every time you cast a spell, create a shitload of mana, and then finish the game off with the good old big spaghetti monster Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. So this is a artifact ramp combo deck. Pretty normal big mana artifact kind of mana base here. You've got Planar Nexus and Urza's Saga and Ancient Tombs for fast mana lands. Urza's Tower. You also have Urza's Saga, so that you have a way to tutor out your one-drop artifacts, and you can pivot onto a Karn struck beatdown plan if you want to. Additional fast mana in the form of Grim Monoliths, Lotus Petals, Mox Opal, Manifold Key, Show and Tell to show your big stuff into play. Protect your combo with Vexing Baubles, Force of Wills. You've also got to sink into Super to be able to bounce a problematic permanent from the other side. And then your big payoffs here are the One Ring and Coveted Jewel, and then you use Phyrexian Metamorph, Transmute Artifact, and Copy Artifact to essentially just copy your payoffs or find the payoff that you're missing, and go from there until you have enough mana and have gone through your deck far enough that you can just cast an Emrakul and win the game on the following turn. So pretty straightforward. It is going to die very hard to Artifact Hate, which unfortunately is a thing running around right now, but we're just going to kind of hope to dodge that if we can. The sideboard is kind of just a smattering of stuff. More counter spells in the form of Force of Negation and Consign to Memory. Some spell hate with Lodestone Golem, anti-graveyard stuff with Soul Guide Lantern, Grafdigger's Cage, Chain of Vapor just to bounce any problematic permanent of any kind, Talon Gates of Madara to be able to like phase out a Collector Oof or something that's preventing you from doing what you want to do. Dismembers, Chaos Defiler, and Wastegate Battlemage are all just various forms of removal for different kinds of permanents, whether it's creatures, any non-land permanent, or enchantments. So just kind of a toolboxy package in the sideboard of various kinds of ways to deal with problematic hate permanents all over the battlefield, and then to try to stop your opponent from doing anything too crazy before you have time to set up your combo. Some of the most busted draws with this deck do allow you to pop off on turn 2. I don't think I have seen a theoretical line to completely go off on turn 1. Like, there are some lines where you can slap down a One Ring on turn 1. And I could maybe see a way to slap down a Coveted Jewel on turn 1 if all the cards align properly, but I haven't actually mathed it out to know if that's actually possible or what you would need to be able to do it. But yeah, so this is Coveted Jewel Storm for Legacy. Let's take this through a league, see how it does, and see if we can cast some Emrakuls off of some shiny rocks. I'll catch you all in the wrap-up. Alright, Jewel Shopping already up against Romario. Haven't seen him on in forever. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep this. Alright, let's see what Romario's on. I haven't seen him streaming in a while, so I don't know what he's playing. I'm gonna guess Doomsday, but probably wrong. But I mean, we got a pretty good start here. It's just gonna come down to we need to find a payoff. Alright, starting off on a Scalding Tarn. Has Romario gone to the dark side and started playing Delver? Don't. Okay, so this could still be Doomsday. It's definitely something unfair. Preordain is only in combo decks. That being said, I'm debating if I want to start off on the Vexing Bauble or if I want to go for the Manifold Key first. We'll see what we draw here. What's up, Cosmo? We drew another Grim Monolith. So I think we're going to go for the key first, because this just unlocks so much potential. We still need a payoff spell, though. So, like, we've got every way to copy what we want to do here. We have virtually unlimited mana, but we still need something to actually do with said mana. Ooh, okay, Thoughtseize. Well, the nice part is we have redundant Grim Monolith, and we already got the Manifold Key down. So probably, okay, took the Vexing Bauble, which makes me think he has counter magic, or he needs, whatchamacallit here, the artifact mana. That is a Coveted Jewel. I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and go for it. If you got a daze, Romario, you got a daze. Does not have a daze. How much mana is this? Things seem to just be resolving at this point. I mean, I think we just go for it. Like, this can get around... I mean, it doesn't get around a daze, but we're just gonna try it. Holy shit, that resolved. And now we are off to the races. Just start copying our stuff here. Okay. We have Transmute Artifact. Get rid of one of these. Go grab our Paradox Engine. Copy Artifact. Untap all of our stuff. Now we just need to go find our Emrakul. And there's a One Ring. So now we should be good to go from here. I'm not going to bother untapping stuff yet. We have more than enough mana to be able to do everything that we need at the moment. And thank you, Romario, for not making me click through all of that. Much appreciated. I'm assuming he's on Doomsday. So let's bring in Consigns and Force of Negation. What do I want to take out here? I don't think we need Sink into Stupor. I don't know if he's going to be on like the DDFT version. I don't think that version plays Preordain if he is in fact on Doomsday. These Consigned to Memories also could just be bad here. What do we want to take out? I think we can take out Mox Opal. That's not super important here, especially if we're staying with our Vexing Bauble plan. Can probably trim... Like, just trim some amount of our copy and redundancy stuff here. Yeah, bring in the Force Negation of the Consigned to Memories back up, and we'll try something like this. Alright, Romario, what you got? I mean, if I can find a payoff, I like this. The question is do I trust us to find a payoff? I think I'm going to ship this one. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and keep this. We've got Force of Negation and our Artifact mana, so again, we need a payoff, but I think we can go ahead and do this. This should be able to stop a, like, super fast Doomsday. And once we find our payoff, we have a way to copy it. Ooh, Lion's Eye Diamond. Are you on Storm, Romario? Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, the One Ring isn't bad. I guess we'll just pass the turn here and see what happens. I'm very scared of double Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, Dark Ritual. Okay, you can take one of my Force of Negations. I have two and an additional blue card. So this doesn't completely shut off me being able to counter whatever you're doing. Takes one of the Force of Negations. Goes for an Infernal Tutor. But they're not... He's not popping his stuff. He knows about the Force of Negation. I think we let this go. What could he be getting here? Another Dark Ritual? And just passes the turn. Okay, so he's going to try to set up for next turn, I guess? Another Planar Nexus. I mean, we just run this out. See what he can do next turn. If he doesn't have a way to go off next turn, then I can slam the One Ring. Okay, he's looking for a way to go off. He's pondering. He still knows about this Force of Negation. Chooses not to shuffle and is passing the turn. Okay. So we're going to get to slam this One Ring and hopefully that gets us somewhere. Okay, I don't mind the copy artifacts. We are going to go ahead and cash this in for a One Ring. In theory, he shouldn't have a way to be able to win next turn. I like Urza's Tower. That's going to be a bunch of mana. And now I also get to save my copy artifact if I need to just start trying to chain One Rings together to buy a few turns. Alright, he's Dark Ritualing now. Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. Infernal Tutor. Cracking both LEDs? With a Past in Flames. So what? I can let him do this, or he can just kind of do it all again? Does this Infernal Tutor matter? Like, if I counter this, it's gone. He still has an Infernal Tutor in the graveyard. He can play a bunch of stuff, but he can't kill me this turn? I think we are going to go ahead and do this, just so we know his graveyard is all that he has. Because unless I'm wrong, he can't kill me this turn. He can make a bunch of goblins. But I can also just copy the One Ring. Or I can try to go off, depending on what I draw off of the One Ring. Okay, go for it, Mario. Like, hats off to you for playing Storm. I like it. As a fellow Storm player, I greatly appreciate you going off this way. So what, you can Infernal Tutor, go grab a Burning Wish, get a whatchamacallit, empty the Warrens, and then just go for a big empty and hope that I never draw my way out of it. I'm assuming that's what you're doing here. It's cool seeing Past in Flame Storm again, though, like the old school version of Storm. Like, I'm guessing that has to be his plan here. Oh, he's ad nauseum? Okay. Are you setting up to try to go off again next turn? What are you doing, Romario? This is still a bunch of mana. I'm like trying to think where this goes. Are you just making a even bigger board of goblins? Like, I can just F6 through the turn here. I'm not 100% sure what you're doing here. Another Infernal Tutor for a Cabal Ritual. Is there a Thassa's Oracle line? I am so confused. This is so cool. Like, it looks like traditional ANT and, like, old school Storm. Because he still has access to a sideboard for a Burning Wish. But I'm not sure what that gets him. I'm sure a bunch of this stuff is no longer in his hand. Like, those have to be gone. What are you doing, Romario? Okay, bouncing the One Ring, that's fine. I can replay it. Unless... No, because there's no blue mana. So you'd have to find a... You'd have to find a Lion's Eye Diamond to be able to echo. Shuffle it, Burning Wish. Is this an echo? Did you find a Lion's Eye Diamond to echo me? No, going for a big empty, I guess. Okay, empty for 20. That's 40 goblins. I can fog for at least 2 more turns with this One Ring. Boomer Legacy indeed, Romario. Alright, like I said, I can fog for at least 2 more turns. A whole bunch of this shit's gone. I don't 100% sure know what. But let's see here. Can I get a payoff? That's a Force of Will. So this lets me fog another turn. Draw a card. There's a Transmute Artifact. That can do some stuff. So I can fog at least 1 more turn. Get a few more draws in. And I've got Force Blue card if I absolutely have to. Yeah, I have no idea how much of this is actually still left in his hand or not. I'm kind of just guessing here. There's the other Ponder. Okay. I'm assuming Rain of Filth, that Duress. I don't think the Dark... I don't know. I have no idea what's left in your hand anymore, Romario. Another Ponder. Just ponder through the deck, trying to find a way out of this. Like I said, I have at least 1 more turn of fogging I can do. There's a Lion's Eye Diamond. Not going for an echo or anything, which is fine. Are you sending a message, Romario? Are you going to turn him sideways? No, okay. I thought you were going to turn him sideways for a second there. That would have been funny. Okay, let's see if I can chain this together from here. Okay, I've got another turn of fogging at my disposal. So I can do this. Do this. Actually, do I have enough mana? Hold on. No, because I've only got 2 blue mana at the moment. Because if I transmute this, I need it to be an additional 3. And I've got 3 blue mana. Make a blue. Make a blue. Make a blue. That's 4 mana. That actually does let me do everything I need to. Alright, so let's transmute this. This may have been a mistake. I don't know. Hold on. Because I'd have to pay 3 to be able to Paradox Engine, which doesn't leave me with the right amount. I can get another Grim Monolith to increase my mana. I can grab a Manifold Key, which might actually be the best option here. Yeah, let's grab a Manifold Key. We can untap the One Ring. And then this still leaves me with enough mana to be able to copy the One Ring. What is this? Brainstorm, okay. Looking for some way to stop this, I'm assuming? Brainstorm leaving up 3 mana? Okay. Did you find something you needed, Romario? Chain of Vapor. We're gonna go ahead and say no to that. I appreciate the effort, but I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I played a land this turn already, right? Yes. In that case, then, we are going to copy the One Ring and keep the original one. To fade another turn, this gives us a coveted jewel for next turn to try to just go off. And we'll see where we go from there. Preordain, okay. One top, one bottom. Another Preordain, okay. Another one top, one bottom. So Chain of Vapor could be the top card again. In which case, I don't think I actually particularly care about that. Into another coveted jewel. Okay, let's see where we can go from here. We have a whole bunch of coveted jewels. So let's just do our thing here. And let's start going to town, I guess. And let's see if we can piece this together. Let's untap the One Ring. See what else we can find. See if we can find our Paradox Engine. Not yet, no. But okay, so this should work. Do 2 to myself. Blue, whatever. Copy the coveted jewel. This should do it. Let's transmute this coveted jewel. Go grab our Paradox Engine. And then we can go ahead and just cast the Lotus Petal. And this should be deterministic. I have another One Ring, so once I find what I need, we are good to go. Let's just play a coveted jewel. We basically just need to make sure that Emrakul isn't like the last card of our deck. And Romario scoops it up. Good games, Romario. Hopefully you catch us on the YouTube. All right, off to a good start. On to the next one. All right, round 2. Won the die roll. This is interesting. I think we're gonna keep this. Worst thing that could happen here is they have a Force of Will for the first Grim Monolith, followed up by a Wasteland. And now that I've said that, it's 100% what's gonna happen. We still need some blue mana for this Transmute artifact, though. But we are going to go ahead and start running all of this out just for the sake of getting it out. I don't know what our opponent's on. I feel like this is probably safer on the battlefield than it is in our hand currently. And now we have all the mana in the world if we find a payoff spell. Or if we find some way to make multiple blue, we can turn one of these into a coveted jewel. And our opponent is also... Okay, so it looks like we might be on the mirror match. Let's see if they have a... Well, they have a pretty busted start, too. Let's see how crazy they can go. If they just slam a card here, we're fucked. Okay, Vexing Bobble, that's fine. So we're both pretty much on the same page here. It just comes down to... Okay, that's blue mana. But it's only 1 blue. I need 2. Phyrexian Metamorph doesn't do anything here. This only untaps an artifact and not a land. So I think we have to pass the turn and just hope that we dodge. Alright, they didn't go too crazy on their first turn, but we'll see what they can do here. I mean, they have virtually unlimited mana at this point, so we'll see what they can do. If they manage to play out a jewel and then not do anything with it, we can copy it. Or they're just going crazy now. What are they doing with 9 mana? Kozilek's Command for a bunch of dorks. Okay, so they're just a Mystic Forge combo. Got it. So they're going to scry a bunch and make a bunch of dorks. They're pretty much going to be able to cast whatever they find off of this. Alright, they found something. They top 3. They're sacking a bunch of cards. Okay, into a Mystic Forge. So I guess we're going to see how crazy they can go from here. Into a Voltaic Key. Are they able to just go off here is the question. Okay, they've got 4 mana. They've got 5 mana. Into a Basalt Monolith. They're still at 5 mana. Into another Voltaic Key. So they've got 6 mana available to them for something. Like, they don't have a payoff yet is the crazy part. So they still need a payoff. Okay, there's the One Ring. And they've got 2 open mana. Okay, so they passed the turn. This gives us a chance to do something. Because we have a bunch of mana, we can copy something from them. The question just becomes, what do we want to copy? We get a One Ring of our own. I think we just start there. Start with our own The One Ring. See where this goes. We have protection from everything now. We have a Vexing Bauble of our own. We can Phyrexian Metamorph, copy Mystic Forge, and see where we go from there. We could untap the One Ring, try drawing some more. Let's copy their... Yeah, we're going to copy their Mystic Forge, because our deck is a bunch of whatchamacallits as well. Alright, copy artifact doesn't do anything. We can get rid of that. We do have more colored spells than our opponent. Into another copy artifact. Okay. Let's go ahead. Untap the One Ring. Draw some more cards. Force of Will. So they're going to be able to go crazy on their turn. The question becomes is how crazy can they go? We haven't played a land yet. We can Vexing Bauble. It might be worth just Vexing Bobbling here, because that gives us a redraw as well. Yeah, let's just do our own Vexing Bauble. I don't think that matters. This lets us redraw the Force of Will and see what the top of our deck looks like. And maybe we can go off from there with some kind of one drop or something. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing here at this point. Into another Transmute artifact. Okay, I guess we're going to pass the turn. Like, they shouldn't have a way to kill us here, but they're going to be able to go off as well. This is going to be a very interesting dance. And I can't do anything, so I'm going to F6 through the turn here. Problem is I'm pretty sure their deck plays Karns. So if they can just slam a Karn, we're just out of this game entirely. Flesh Raker, okay. If I remember right, this damage still isn't done. No, yeah. So they can go crazy here, build a hell of a board, but they can't kill us from here. Unless they're on a version that has, whatchamacallit, Emrakul. They also could set up a position where they can go crazy with stacking up a shitload of mana and then try to burn me out with a Kozilek's command at instant speed, depending on how crazy this all goes. And, okay, they're casting a card. We're not going to be able to win through that. We'll move to the next one here. Like, that is the downside, is their deck has Karn, ours doesn't. So let's bring in Consign to Memories, bring in Wastegate Battle Mage. Let's bring in Dismembers. Vexing Baubles aren't really going to do anything in this matchup, I don't think. Let's trim a Transmute artifact and a Show and Tell. And let's try something like that. Give me a good starting hand deck. This is not that. We gotta mulligan this. This is interesting. I think we're gonna keep it. We'll put back the Phyrexian Metamorph and just hope that we can survive until theoretically turn 3 without just dying. Our opponent kept on 7 though. And if this is a turn 1 card, I think we're just dead. And it's looking like that might be the case here. If this is a turn 1 card, then I'm just going to scoop it up. We're not slogging our way through that. Okay, another Voltaic Key. That gets them 1 more mana into a Mystic Forge. Okay. I mean, they're going to be able to start churning through their deck here. Trying to think what the best thing that could happen here is, because next turn they're going to be able to start kind of going off. Another Coveted Jewel. Okay, I mean, we just gotta stick with the plan here and hope that this is enough and that our opponent doesn't do it and that we hit 1 more mana. That's all we really can do at this point, unfortunately. There is a world where I could copy Artifact, one of their Manifold Keys, I suppose. But I guess we're gonna see what they do. See how crazy they can go here with, theoretically, 4 cards. They're making a bunch of mana, so I'm guessing this is going to be another big Kozilek's command. Got rid of a Crystal Vein. Lotus Petal off the top. Like, I'm basically just trying to dodge a Karn is what this comes down to. This is going to be another big Cozy's command. And, yeah, we're done here. Good game, opponent. Good game. Yeah, just getting wrecked by one-sided Null artifacts. All right, on to the next one. All right, round 3, won the die roll. Let's see if we can not run into another case of one-sided Null artifacts. We are going to keep this. This is hopefully a turn 2 the One Ring. We are going to start off with Planar Nexus because it is the replaceable land here. And hopefully I didn't just talk a Wasteland into existence from our opponent here. Okay, that's not a Wasteland. The hope is they don't have a daze, because that would suck. Um, I mean, we're gonna go for it. I guess if they daze this, we have another one for next turn. A Force of Will would be a much preferable counter here, because then it gets 2 cards out of their hand. Alright, opponent's brainstorming, so are they just being efficient with their mana, or are they looking for a counter? Probably just being efficient with their mana, but... Oh, no, they were looking for a counter. Okay. Into a Lotus Petal. Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Depending on what happens here, if they don't wasteland us, we can get a Coveted Jewel down next turn. And then we're just kind of off to the races, hopefully. Alright, so this is 100% Re-Froginator. Swamp Cycling, a Troll. Alright, there's a Wasteland. Hopefully they go after the Planar Nexus. Okay, they did go after the replaceable land, so I'm actually super okay with that. It would have been much worse if we got hit with the Urza's Tower, or they went after the Urza's Tower. Let's draw some cards. See where this goes. Okay, I like Force of Will. Let's play a new Planar Nexus. I think we're going to run out Petal to be safe here. And the opponent scooped it up. Okay, I mean, I wasn't winning yet, but okay. Alright, so Re-Froginator. I want to bring in Chain of Vapor. Our graveyard hates. I think I want Wastegate Battle Mage. Probably take out the Force of Wills. I'm just debating if, like, there's something to be said about maybe bringing in Lodestone Golem to tax their spells and potentially Dismember to try to take care of some of their creatures. But, like, Frog will typically outscale Dismember pretty easily for the most part. There's also something to be said about bringing in, like, Wormcoil Engine just to have a big beater that, even if it dies, like, you get 2 other bodies out of it. But that being said, I don't know. Let's try this. See how this goes. Alright, what do we got here? Depending on what we draw, we actually could have a Show and Tell Emrakul and just be like, deal with it. Because this is what? Protection from colored spells? You know what? We're gonna try this. We are going to hope that we can hit a Vexing Bauble and just, like, ride this to a win somehow. So we're gonna see. Like, I always feel so weird trying to sideboard against this Re-Froginator deck because it just attacks on so many angles. Another Show and Tell is not bad. I think we're gonna lead off on the Urza Saga. If they wasteland this sucks. But this is our best bet toward working toward a Bauble. Like, I probably just talk. Okay, no wasteland yet. Okay, I'm super happy about that. If we can dodge one more turn, that would be great. Okay. So, I mean, I guess this is what we're going to do here, is we're just going to do this. And hope that we can dodge a whatchamacallit here. As long as we can dodge a Wasteland, taking out this Urza's Saga, then we might be able to just squeak this out by showing, telling in an Emrakul. If they have an Archon in hand, that sucks, or they have a way to reanimate Archon, that sucks. But we're gonna try it. See what happens. All right, they're brainstorming specifically to put something in the graveyard. I wonder if this is setting up a Metamorphosis Fanatic line, where they put a Fatty on top and then Metamorphosis Fanatic under that, and then surveil the Fatty into the graveyard. Alright, we'll see what they do here. If they surveil a Fatty into the yard, I'm pretty sure it's Metamorphosis Fanatic on top. Okay, I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens here. Of their Fatties they could have gotten... Oh, okay, it's not. Oh, we have a shot. We have a shot. Okay, okay. Like, we have a shot here. This is better than I ever could have expected this going at this point. Naming Fairy Macabre. That is fine. Okay, I think maybe we have a shot. What did they hit? Harbinger, Frog, Troll, Reanimate, and Tomb. Okay. We will see what they keep. If they keep Entomb, Reanimate, we have an issue. We will have to see what they hit, though. They did choose Entomb and Reanimate. That is mildly unfortunate. What did they keep? They chose Verdant, Harbinger, Pithing Needle, and Tomb Reanimate. So they kept these. So there's 3 unknown cards in hand. All right, I guess we might just have, depending on what we draw, we might just put them into the force check. I could just copy their Atraxa. That is always a possibility. Do I want to copy their Atraxa? Maybe. I mean, so we can grab Grafdigger's Cage or Soul Guide Lantern to stop their reanimate line and hope that we hit mana to be able to go off next turn. We could grab Vexing Bauble to show and tell in Emrakul, but then they can Entomb Reanimate, and I just lose Emrakul. I could copy their Atraxa and see what I get. Based off of what they set up, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Grafdigger's Cage. And we are going to... I mean, fuck. At this point, no matter what we do, it dies to a force or a daze. So let's just do the thing. We're doing it. This dies to a force or a daze. Doesn't really matter. Alright, Force of Will, Pitching Harbinger. I'm not dead yet. And I can take 2 Schwacks from an Atraxa. That's not really a problem. So we'll see what we can get here. Because this does shut off 2 cards in their hand. If I can hit a... Okay, there's another Pithing Needle. If I can hit a whatchamacallit here, a Soul Land, we can actually probably get back in this. I also could... If I can get one more land, I also could Phyrexian Metamorph, copy Atraxa, and then they're just staring at each other for a minute. But this revolves on them not hitting Wasteland and me hitting another mana source. Also, them not having more counter magic. But at this point, we know 3 of the 4 cards in their hand. So they've got 2 unknowns. And, oh, fuck. Okay, now we need this to be a Soul Land or we're out of this game. Alright, we need a Soul Land. Soul Land? Urza's Tower. Nope, not gonna do it. Okay, if they hadn't had the Wasteland, we had a shot. Like I said, sideboarding against this deck is so fucking weird. That being said, I think we're just gonna run it back. Alright, let's see if we can squeak out game 3 here. Take down the Menace. This is unkeepable. We gotta ship that. This is interesting. I think we keep this bin the Transmute artifact. Opponent mulliganed as well. So I think we want to start off with this. If they have a Wasteland, we have a redundant Urza Saga, and this sets us up to be able to show and tell in something relevant. This also sets us up to be able to Wastegate Battle Mage as well. So, I don't know. We'll see where this goes. It's a risky hand for sure, but... Okay, that sees me. That's fine. Like, take either of them. They're 6-1, half a dozen the other, you know? See what they seem to value more, the Battle Mage or the Show and Tell. They seem to value the Battle Mage more. Okay. I would like a Soul Land here, would be the absolute fucking best. I think we're just gonna play out the island here. Probably make a construct. Cycling a troll, that's fine. Hopefully they don't have the reanimate. If they do, then we just gotta figure out how to deal with a troll. And it looks like they do. Okay, I mean, we can deal with a troll. That's not the worst thing in the world. It just comes down to what do I want to do here. I think... I mean, we're going to get a thing anyways, and this pressures them a bit. So I think we're going to go ahead... Like, we're not going to be able to get 2 constructs out of this anyways. We're going to be able to see what we can hit off of this. An Urza's Tower. We will go ahead and do that. Go grab a Vexing Bauble off of this one. Play another Urza's Saga. And now I have Metalcraft on. Counter spells are pretty much off. If I can hit something good to show and tell in, then we have a shot here. However, this does allow them to Entomb Reanimate whatever they want. But we'll see where this goes. There's also a world where I can somehow get enough damage on board that they have to hold this troll back. Okay, and it looks like they are. They also shuffled and missed a land drop, so I like that a lot. Another Show and Tell. That doesn't do anything. So if I can survive another turn, I can get to the point where their graveyard is shut off as well. Oh, that's not good. Did they find another reanimate, or are they just doing this to try to set up because they know they're not going to have the option later? Nope, looks like they got another reanimate, or an animate dead or something. Okay. We'll see what they hit off of this. Reanimate, animate dead. They're probably going to Pith and Needle name Urza Saga. But every single time they hit the Entomb and the reanimation spell, every time they head off one of these tracks, this. Ugh. Okay, so this basically just comes down to what can I get off of this show and tell. Like, they can, if they want to play land Thoughtseize me, I have redundant show and tells. I don't care about that. They kept reanimate, consign to memory. Okay. I mean, I'll make a dude. I still have 3 mana. Alright, so it's these 3, plus whatever the hell's in their hand. So this is going to just come down to what can I show and tell in, basically, is what this is going to come down to. So what is this top deck? Is really what this comes down to. Give me something good, deck. Transmute Artifact. I mean, I could transmute one of these into a Grafdigger's Cage. And in theory, that buys me a turn, which probably is the best thing I can hope for here. I mean, I guess it's what we're going to go for here. We're going to transmute one of these. It buys us a turn, drops us to 1. Alright, get rid of that. Go grab... where is Grafdigger's Cage? Grab Grafdigger's Cage, pay the 1... Like, all this does is buy us a turn to try to hit something else that we can show and tell in. So we'll go to 2. It is what it is. So it just comes down to what is this top deck, basically. And again, we're basically Thoughtseize proof at this point. If they have a Force of Negation, we're dead. Paradox Engine. I can show and tell in a Paradox Engine, and then I can't do anything. I draw off of the Vexing Bauble. Yeah, we're just dead here. That was super close. Just for the hell of it, what was our next card? Another Vexing Bauble. Yeah, we weren't hitting anything relevant anyway soon. Good game, opponent. Good game. On to the next one. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and keep this. It's a little slow, but we're gonna go do the thing. We're kind of pivoting on... Oh, fuck, it's Eldrazi. Okay. Well, slow is not what we want. Alright, grabbing a Sowing Mycospawn. We're just hoping that they can't go too fucking crazy here, or we draw some busted shit right off of the bat. They're just playing an Ancient Tomb. This could be a lot worse for us. How do we do this? We start out with the Lotus Petal. I'm just debating, do we want to try to high roll, or do we want to start making construct tokens? I think we're going to play the Planar Nexus and go from there. If we can, we will drop the Paradox Engine next turn, and then hopefully we can hit something relevant. If this is a Thought-Knot Seer, they probably just... Okay. They're probably going to take the Paradox Engine, and if they do, it is what it is sort of thing. It does mean that's going to be much harder for us to combo out. They might just take the Emrakul because it's our win con. So this actually is a relatively tough choice for the opponent, how they want to do this. Alright, they took the Transmute Artifact. That's interesting. Copy Artifact, okay. Well, we're gonna get this down now. If they have another whatchamacallit, that's kind of shitty, but... Now we just need to hit a payoff spell. Like, if they have another Thought-Knot Seer to take the Emrakul, then we're, like, kind of royally fucked, but... We'll see. Doesn't look like it. Okay, if the Herald's the end, they could have another Soul Land. No, not another Soul Land. They're just going to try to kill me as quickly as possible. Got it. Any payoff spell off the top here would be great. That is not a payoff spell. We are definitely on a clock here. They also are 1 mana away from kicking that Mycospawn. Okay, now they actually can just kick the Mycospawn, and we're kind of just fucked. Ugh. I'm assuming this is going to be a kicked Mycospawn. Yes. They're blowing that one up. I'm guessing they're going to go grab a Wasteland. So we need a much fast... Yeah, it's a Wasteland. We'll see what our draw is. I'm pretty sure this one is over. I don't think there's any one card that gets us out of this. Yeah, especially not a Manifold Key. We'll go to the next one. We just need a much, much faster start here. That being said, bring in Consign to Memories for sure. Probably bring in Dismembers. They're not going to be having 0 drops. We can take out the Vexing Baubles and probably take out 1 Show and Tell. Let's try something like that. Alright, let's get a blazing fast start here. We're going to keep this. We have redundancy for all of our cards, and if they don't wasteland us, this is a turn 2 the One Ring. And like I said, we have redundancy for all of our lands. We're just going to start out with a Planar Nexus and pass the turn. If they wasteland this, it means they're not doing anything. I got another one. Okay. I like this. This is a much better start to the game than last time. And we have a Force of Will. Let's play Urza's Tower. Now you cannot Thoughtseize me. Alright, and I got a way to force whatever they're going to do here. Okay, I like where we're at a lot. Ancient Tomb, okay, what are they going to do here? Glaring Fleshraker, I think we're going to go ahead and counter that. I don't want to let them have that and start going crazy. We also have their next creature kind of taken care of with Dismember as well. We have another Dismember. A Show and Tell. Let's play... So I could set up to be able to transmute Artifact, but I have a feeling they're going to go for a Wasteland or something here. And I don't really want to get rid of our, whatchamacallit here. Alright, another Glaring Fleshraker. We got that covered. And we are going to kill that before they can do anything with it. And we're going to do this in a way that saves us as much life as possible. And we actually have another Dismember if we need it. It that heralds the end. We can dismember that if we need to. I'm not as concerned about that right now. We just need, like, a good payoff spell here is all we realistically need. I don't hate Grim Monolith. We have another The One Ring. We could just Show and Tell it in Emrakul and be like, deal with it, opponent. I think we are going to establish our mana, though. And I think we actually might just Show and Tell in an Emrakul. I don't know what they can do about that. Do I have enough mana to do everything I want? I haven't played a land yet this turn. Alright, so I can make blue mana here. Let's tap this. Play the One Ring. Keep that one. And then, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just Show and Tell in an Emrakul. And see if they have a way to deal with it. We have protection from everything. They put in a Gaia's Cradle, okay. Like, I suppose a Wastegate Battle Mage could bounce it, if they have one. And they scoop it up, okay. They scoop it up. We're just gonna go ahead and run it back. This is super close. I like the double force, double blue card to try to protect us in the first couple of turns. However, this looks really, really bad against whatchamacallit. I think we're going to keep it. Hopefully we high roll here. Is it going to look really fucking bad if they have a Cavern of Souls? This is turn 1 Fleshraker? Yeah, we're going to counter the shit out of that. They are down to 4 cards. Okay, Soul Land is very good. I like that a lot. This should allow us to get down the One Ring next turn. And we have Force blue card to be able to stop Thought-Knot Seer from taking our ring if they play Soul Land into Thought-Knot. And even if they have a Wasteland, we have the Urza's Tower to be able to get down the One Ring. Is this going to be another Fleshraker? I think we're going to go ahead and chuck this. We're going to start being able to build our hand back up. So I think it's worth getting them down on, like, 0 resources. Alright, got the One Ring in there. Start drawing off of it. Got a land. Okay. So now it's going to be a matter of who builds back quicker. Ew. That is not what I wanted to see at all. Gross. I mean, we have answers to that, but... Well, we might just die to a Null Rod effect. I was curious if they were going to bring those in and if I should have saved a fucking Force of Will for it, but... I guess we're going to see. Hopefully they just don't draw shit. And we can eventually hit our blue sources to be able to bounce that and start going off again. Copy Artifact, that doesn't do anything. Well, this is probably going to be a whole lot of staring at each other until I'm able to do something here. I mean, that is one bad thing about this, is especially with Storm kind of being back, like, these Null Rod effects are kind of fucking everywhere. You play an artifact deck, you're kind of just signing up for this to happen. They did bottom both of those cards. Like, we do have blue sources to be able to cast the Sink into Stupor. It's just a matter of finding them. Alright, Fleshraker, that's a problem. But they don't have anything to follow it up with. That is not a blue source. Okay. We probably got like a turn and we're dead. But we'll see. Into a Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, that's taking our Sink. We're just gonna scoop it up here. Like, it's unfortunate, but live by the Null Rod, die by the Null Rod. So be it. On to the next one. Alright, final round. Won the die roll. Seeing if we can get half of our play points back. Yeah, I think we keep this. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and keep this. I think we want to start off with the Urza's Tower in case they have a Wasteland. I'd rather that get Wastelanded than our Saga. Like, getting the Saga down first to work toward a key is pretty good. But seeing as I don't actually have a payoff yet, I don't think it really matters. Okay, so this is either Re-Froginator again, this could be Doomsday. Counter Magic is shut off. Of course we draw Counter Magic, because why wouldn't we? But we're kind of safe to do our thing here. Worst case scenario, if we need to, we can always pop this Bauble to be able to Force of Will. But we'll see what they do. Like, Tamiyo's kind of whatever in this matchup. Like, we're not relying on Psychic Frog. I don't think that's worth fighting over. We're going to, like, they can't jump it. We're going to be able to start making constructs. So I don't think the frog is a huge deal here. And if they have to throw a bunch of cards away to keep a frog, I don't hate that. I mean, we'll just play this out. We need a payoff spell is what we need. And our constructs are going to be pretty big for the clapback here. So, okay, so it is Doomsday. Do I want to fight back against this right now is the question. I think I do. It's got to be force. I can pay for multiple dazes here. I have all the mana in the world. I can pitch the show and tell. Okay. So they don't have any counter magic at the moment, or if they do, it's like dazes and shit. Why did they not get in with the frog? Interesting. But we're going to make a dude. And we're probably going to go grab another Vexing Bauble, depending on what we draw here. Emrakul. Actually... How much mana is this? This is 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm like 2 mana short. I think we're gonna go ahead and just grab another Vexing Bauble for now. Yeah, let's grab another Vexing Bauble. Play out another Urza Saga here. We will go for... Alright, these are 5/5s. Let's see... Like, there's something to be said about I can crack in here, but then they can kill it, but they have to chuck their whole hand. I think that's worth it. Yeah, let's get in here. See if they're... Okay, no, they're just going to take it, which is fine-ish. It does decrease the amount of life they have for their Doomsday. They could always chuck cards to Frog to jump it. This does grow flip Tamiyo, which at this point is kind of a whatever. They could buy back the Doomsday, try to go again. Like, I would just like a Coveted Jewel, a One Ring, something along those lines would be nice here. Alright, just gonna tick up, that's fine. Are they going to discard anything to be able to get in with the frog, is the question. I'm assuming not, because they're gonna want to be able to protect this Tamiyo. They have a backup Tamiyo. Okay, so now they can't kill my constructs. Okay, yeah, that's fine. They can't kill my constructs with the frog if they discard their hand to it. They can buy back the Doomsday next turn, depending on what they have here. Okay. I mean, that's mostly fine. How much mana is this? 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. So if I can survive until next turn... Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and attack both of these at Tamiyo, because I don't want them buying back this Doomsday. Are they going to let the Tamiyo go, or are they going... Okay, they're just going to let the Tamiyo go. In that case, then, we will pass the turn. And then next turn, we should be able to Emrakul, I believe. They have another Doomsday. Okay, can they set up the pile to be able to win this turn is the question. Because they theoretically can't, well, actually, depending on what's in their graveyard, they're not going to be able to jump the frog to be able to actually start the pile. They should have jumped it in response here. We will get to see what their deck looks like, though, so that'll be nice. But seeing as it's got Frog and Tameo, it's probably just that DDFT deck, so probably nothing too surprising in there. But like I said, they should have jumped the Frog in response to this, or before doing it, if they were going to try to win this turn. Alright, anything out of the ordinary in here? Dark Rituals, Frogs, Tameo's Dazes. Fatal Pushmate is interesting. Nothing too crazy, though. All of their Lotus Petals are in exile. Okay, they've got a Cavernous Souls, but they can't go off this turn because they don't have the blue mana that they need to do it. And depending on what they do here, there's a very good possibility that they're just dead next turn, especially if they swing in with anything. No. Okay. Well, in that case, then, we're going to make a dude. I believe this might still just be enough unless they have a Fatal Push in hand here. And that is a Paradox Engine, which actually kind of can do some stupid shit. Yeah, make mana. Go grab a Manifold Key. How much mana is this? Do this. This is 11. Go down to 10, go up to 13. Whoops, wrong mode. Untap this. Do this. Play Paradox Engine. And then this should be enough to be able to just cast Emrakul and win. Cast this, target a Grim Monolith. And then this should be enough to be able to just cast Emrakul here. And then just to be safe, let's untap that. Tap it again. Cast Emrakul, win. And they skip it up. Okay, took down DDFT in game 1. I like it. Sideboard now. Let's bring in Consigns and Force of Vigors. What do I want to take out? It's a little weird having all these free spells with Vexing Bauble, but we still want Vexing Bauble to shut their stuff down. There's something to be said about bringing in the Dismembers to be able to take out a Tameo or a Frog if they don't have enough cards in hand. Probably take out Sink into Stupor. Well, no. Let's just do some trimming on some of our redundant effects here. Just kind of trim overall. And let's take out Mox Opal. It's a little awkward with everything else. Yeah, let's just trim, take out the Mox Opal, and try something like that. Alright, this is a turn 2 the One Ring and a Force of Will, so I mean, we're going to keep this. Are they going... Okay, no, they're going for a turn 1 Frog. That's fine. I don't really care about that much. They can get a card off of that for all I care. Let's just play Planar Nexus and pass. And I have 2 One Rings, so I can Fog for 2 turns to set up. Opponent casts a Ponder. And now I've got something better to be able to pitch as well if I need to. Plays a Swamp. Looks like they're just going to get in. They're not going for a Doomsday yet, which I am A-okay with. Drew their card, passing the turn. 5 cards in hand. Ooh, Grim Monolith. I like that a lot. But we are going to go ahead and slam the One Ring. And we will absolutely force back if they try to counter this. No. Do you have a Daze? Do you have another Force? No. Okay. And then next turn, we should be able to start just going crazy. Yeah. Next turn, we just start going crazy. Assuming they can't piece together a win right now. It is possible. Like, there are ways that Doomsday wins from 1 card, or like 1 land. But their version doesn't have the Lion's Eye Diamond loops, so it's a lot harder for them. Alright, they're gonna go for it. Okay. I guess we'll see what they do here. This does mean that we have to piece together the win, but we've got everything we need to get set up and start just going crazy. So I think we're in a pretty good spot here. And they do only have 1 Thassa's Oracle now, so if we can find a Consign to Memory and make sure that it resolves on the trigger, then I think we win. They've only got one card in hand as of right now. All 3 Force of Wills are gone. 1 Force of Negation, so there might be a Force of Negation in their hand. Okay, so they might have kept some counter magic in the deck, but we'll see. We should have everything we need to be able to piece it together from here, assuming we don't just completely fizzle. Did they leave Cavern in the deck? Yes, so at least one of their cards is a Cavern of Souls. That much is for sure. Okay, this actually should just do it. I don't think it's possible for us to lose from here now. Tap that, play a Coveted Jewel, and we should be able to just win from here. The fact that we have a Transmute artifact and a Copy artifact means that we kind of just go crazy. Let's copy first, and then we'll transmute away one of these. Okay, yeah, we are golden from here. I want to hang on to that because I want to be able to untap by casting that. Let's transmute away the bonus one, get a Paradox Engine, and then we cast a Vexing Bauble, and now we just go crazy. I don't think it's possible for us to lose from here unless Emrakul is the last card in our deck. Let's cast a Phyrexian Metamorph, draw some more cards, untap a bunch of shit, choose an artifact. Oops, I fucked that up. Okay. We're going to do the Metamorph, and we are going to copy the Jewel. I completely clicked the wrong card. There's another Metamorph, so let's cast a Metamorph and play this out. And we have a redundant the One Ring, so that if we need to, we can go ahead and pass the turn, put a One Ring up. Alright, where is Emrakul? There's Emrakul. Okay. And now we just cast Emrakul and pass the turn. And this is a win. We can just pass the turn from here. And they see that they're dead, they scoop it up. Alright, cool. Took it down. Little disappointing at a 2-3, but hey, it worked. We got a win there. Alright. Catch y'all in the wrap-up. So overall, the deck was a blast. Felt really good. Felt really well tuned. Did what it wanted to. Did it consistently. As mentioned during the deck tech, it did feel like it was absolutely dead to Null Rod style effects. You really only have Otawara, your counter spells, and a Sink into Stupor to be able to get yourself out of situations where a Null Rod is involved. But against everything that wasn't presenting a Null Rod effect, it felt really good. It felt good against other combo decks, being able to buy you time between Vexing Bauble or ramping out the One Ring before your opponent could kill you to buy you the turn you need to go off. It was pretty much deterministic every time we started going for it, and just being able to have the redundancy of just a million ways to copy Coveted Jewel or go find it, and the fact that once you really get it going, you can even get rid of a Coveted Jewel to go get your Paradox Engine for free and then really start going off. It felt good. I will say I wish it had another actual win con besides just Emrakul. Especially compared to that Eldrazi Forge deck where they were able to kill you with Glaring Fleshraker, or they had Karn to be able to lock you out of the game or find something out of the sideboard. I feel like if you want to play this style of Grim Monolith Key One Ring artifact deck, you're honestly just better off playing the Eldrazi Forge version. It's got more win cons, it's more resilient, it has Karn, which was obviously the deal breaker in that match. So while I love this style of deck, I definitely think this is a weaker version of it. And if you care about win rate, I would definitely go with the Eldrazi Forge version over this one. Overall, though, the deck showed off what it tried to do. We got to see a lot of the different kind of sideboard plans we were able to do with the deck. Every card pretty much kind of got a chance to shine. Talon Gates was really the only one that we didn't use much. There were some times where we could have brought a Wormcoil Engine or Chaos Defiler and just decided against it, but overall, the deck was a blast. It was cool getting to see it go off. It was cool getting to see a relatively diverse metagame that wasn't just completely overshadowed by all Re-Froginator matches. So it was nice being able to show a little bit of a diverse metagame with this league instead of some of the previous ones that I've had that were very heavily skewed toward Re-Froginator. But hope you all had as much fun watching this as I did playing it. I will catch you all in the next one. And as always, stay salty. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like and sub button below. They are free ways to support the channel. And drop a comment, let me know what you like. Any kind of feedback you got, your opinions on my gameplay, the decks that I play, any of that kind of stuff. If you really like what you see, go ahead and drop by the Patreon. Become a patron, get to read some of my tournament reports and some stuff going on outside of just Magic in my life that I'm going to start putting over there as kind of my own personal blog. Also, you can do donation deck lists over there, just the price of a league if you have a specific deck you want to see, or you have an idea you want me to brew around, something like that, go ahead and do that. Nothing is required. It's always appreciated, though. Any donations go directly back into the channel, covering stuff such as leagues for donation decks or the rental program that I'm a part of. I am a small-time YouTuber. I'm doing this for fun. I really hope you all like what you saw. I truly appreciate you all stopping by. I will catch you all in the next video, and as always, stay salty.